Hey everyone, it's Dylan again, and now that we have gone through all the steps, basically customized our MyFitnessPal, worked out exactly what we want to achieve, worked out our daily macronutrient intake, understand a little bit about all the macronutrients as well and why we want to eat them. And now it's actually time to fill out a sample day of eating, hitting our macros spot on. So first thing I want to sort of bring to your attention is the aim of hitting. The aim is to hit your macros within 5 to 10 grams of basically everything. So you don't want to, it's going to be pretty hard, and you're going to have to be pretty um, spot on to get everything right on the mark. So this will give us enough leeway to not be eating a speck of peanut butter or butter or something else just to get that 1 gram of fat in, basically. All right, so let's jump straight into it. So we've customized our macros up here, and we know exactly what we're in. So I've customized this one. This isn't my personal one, it's just a sample one. But as you can see down here on MyFitnessPal, these are going to be our macronutrient goals. So 128 grams of carbs, 54 grams of fats, and 154 grams of protein. So that equals 1610 calories. All right, so we're going to start. Everyone will have their own little process to it, but we'll just start straight away with breakfast. And it's really important to get a good breakfast in, basically, so you're not hungry throughout the rest of the day. And it's the other thing, it's really important to get a good serving of protein, whether it be through eggs. Some people can even stomach meat for breakfast. But one thing I like to do, I've already got it entered in previously here, is just add in some oats, and I'm going to add in some protein powder as well. But if you're unsure of whenever you search something and add something in, it'll pop up down here. But literally, you can search anything and it'll come up there. We'll use this in the next step. So we'll just add that straight in as our breakfast. As you can see, we've got 50 grams of oats and 30 grams of whey protein. Make sure you do get a whey protein isolate as well. And that's if you don't have any. Whey is milk protein, so if you do have some sort of lactose intolerance, it'd be better to avoid it. And there's heaps of other ones you can do, heaps of other proteins you can get as well. So that'll give us 34 grams of carbs in total and 34 grams of protein. So that's pretty much even on carbs and protein. As you can see, it starts telling us how many we have left down here. All right, so that would be a pretty good little breakfast. One thing that I like to add in there, believe it or not, just add it in, is some peanut butter. That's just my personal preference. You can literally add anything you want in here just to make it, have a little bit more of a, give you a good hit of food, basically. Let's go and add some peanut butter. You can put almond spread there. You can literally put anything in just to give it a little bit of fats. Remember, fats are slower to absorb, and I like Sanitarium, meaning they'll keep you feeling fuller for a little bit longer as well. So we chucked in 20 grams of peanut butter there, and that's our total macro breakdown for that meal, which is a pretty good little breakfast, and that's quick and easy to make and eat, and it'll taste pretty good as well. All right, now moving on, let's chuck in some lunch. I'm going to be really basic here and just add in like some chicken. Chicken spread. I'm not really sure what chicken spread is, but let's just add in roasted chicken there. We'll click over here. It's always easy to use grams instead of like cups or anything. Always try and use the grams because it's a lot more accurate measure. We're going to add in 150 grams of chicken. This is going to be a big protein meal for us here. And add in another food. Chuck a little bit of rice in there. And believe it or not, you don't have to eat brown rice, although, it is good. Rice, we're going to go with, I feel like adding in jasmine rice today. Jasmine rice is yum. cooked jasmine rice, and look at that, 150 grams, one serving of 150 grams cooked. Add that into the food diary, and we'll see what that brings up in terms of the macronutrient content. So it's quite high in carbs, as you can see, and it's taken a big chunk out of our carbs. So what I might actually do is pull that back a little bit. See if I can get 1 gram cooked and just add in 100 grams of that. That'll probably bring it back down to about 30. Perfect. So it's about 37 grams of carbs, which is good. That's a good little serving of carbohydrates there, and it still gives us room to move later on in the day too. All right, now we can literally add anything up in there. You can sort of add some avocado, some sort of fat sauce in there as well, some cheese, literally anything. I'm a very simple person, so I'm just going to add in avocado. I've actually got 50 grams of avocado previously added in there. And as you can see, for some reason I added it twice. All right. So we're chipping away here, and we can see what we've got left in green here. So 50 grams of carbs, 23 grams of fat, 68 grams of protein, which is good. We're in a good state at the moment. Let's add in our dinner. I feel like some barramundi for dinner. Again, guys, this is just a sample. You don't have to eat this. I'm just trying to give you a sample of the fact that you want to be eating protein sources, and you can literally fill the rest with anything you want. Let's just go baked or grilled. Let's say 100 grams of barramundi will be good. And that'll give us a pretty good serving of protein there as well. We could probably even add in a little bit more with that too if we really wanted. Of course, you don't have to. Let's add in, the other thing I think we should add in here is definitely some sort of, broccoli has already been added previously, so we'll chuck that in. Remember, you want to be getting some vegetables in. Broccoli is just an easy one to chuck in. I like to eat it raw because it's just easy. You don't have to cook it at all. It actually tastes quite good. I'm going to add in some, like I said, guys, you don't have to add in broccoli. But what I'm trying to show you is that you want to be having some sort of vegetable sauce wherever possible. And we're just going to put in a little bit, so just 50 grams here. Broccoli is also really high in fiber, which is good. Fiber is pretty important in terms of just overall health. Okay, cool. So we've got a heap of carbs left, a heap of fat, and a heap of protein. We filled the majority of our main meals. We might want to add in something a little bit more for dinner still, but what we're going to try and do is add in some snacks first. I'm going to show you how you can have, fill it with good stuff and then fill it with stuff that you might be feeling a little bit more like at sometimes. So if you have a little bit of a sweet tooth every now and then, I'll show you what kind of stuff is really easy just to chuck in. So I'm going to add in a banana, a medium banana. All right. So we've still got about 13 grams of carbs, which is good. I'm going to add in protein shake. Have I got yeah, here we go. Protein shake. I've already added one previously. Hey, guys, the maximum amount of protein shakes I'd probably have a day is 2. I wouldn't recommend having more than that. I once had a guy who asked me if it was alright if he had like 5 protein shakes a day, and that was it. And obviously that's not going to be ideal. You need real food in your stomach. And so we're chipping away here. We could probably add in some sort of nuts here. So macadamias are great. I previously added them in before as well as a bit of a fat source through the day, maybe even a bit of an afternoon snack. So that's, and it's literally adding 20 grams of macadamia. So it brings everything within 10. So that's pretty good. Like that's ideal. We could probably get it a little bit closer if we wanted, because it's all under. So like literally we could, add in a little bit more, an extra 5 grams of macadamias if we wanted. That would be like 2 more macadamias. So 0.25. That'll bring those fats up. I mean, we could have just a little bit more rice. We could have a little bit more oats for breakfast. And we could have a little bit more meat as well. But that's a pretty good day, guys. Like, that's pretty simple. As you can see, there's nothing really that adventurous in here as well. And I mean, in terms of timing of the food, I like to have this as soon as you wake up. Lunch, obviously, like lunchtime, dinner. Then you can have this whenever you want as well. Like, you could have those nuts after dinner if you wanted. This banana and protein shake, you could have that straight after you train, before you train. It doesn't really matter as well. And it doesn't have to look like this as well, guys. You can have more than one snack and lower the amount of food you have here. So what I'm going to show you is if you sort of at all feel like something sweet on one of the days, really easy thing to switch around. And you can do this, you can sort of take, you could get rid of your carb source at lunch here. Oops. The jasmine rice. But what we're going to do for this example is just switch out. I'm just going to show you 2 little good options where you can add in something a little bit unheard of, I suppose. We're gonna chuck in a Skinny Cow ice cream sandwich. They're pretty much the same macronutrients as a banana. So as you can see, we got rid of our banana. We added in some ice cream. And we're just still a little bit low on our carbs, as you can see there. So it's pretty cool. Not many people would sort of think about that, but if you ever do feel like something a little bit sweet every now and then, that's a good little alternative. Another one which I'm going to show you, which is one of my favorites. Let's get rid of the macadamias as well. Is Chobani yogurt. I think I've added it in Chobani. So you want the 0% plain Greek yogurt. You add that in. It's actually quite high in protein. So as you can see, it's still in a good range with the protein. And now we've got a heap of carbs and heaps of fats left. So we could literally fill that with some peanut butter. As you can tell, I like peanut butter. But it's just a good source of fats. As long as it's one of the really processed ones, it's more one of the natural, like the Sanitarium one's quite good because it is a natural peanut butter. I'm going to add that in. So we've got our fats up, the protein's gone up a little bit high as well, which is easy to curve. I'll show you how we can bring that down a little bit. And now we've still got a heap of carbs. So believe it or not, we're going to chuck that banana back in as well. And remember, whenever we enter something, it'll be saved down here, so we can just chuck it straight back in. Look at that, still got a little bit of room to move. So what I'm going to do with the bulk nutrients, WPI, we're going to only put in 20 grams instead of a full 30-gram serving. That'll bring our protein down, and we still got some room to move on the fats. So what we're going to do, we're going to add in an extra 10 grams of protein, peanut butter, and that's the fats within 5 to 10. Carbs, literally add in 20 grams of rice. And as you can see, like, guys, it's so, I really think I've gone too high there. No, it worked out well. Perfect. So as you can see, it's really important to plan ahead and make sure you're on track with everything. So, if you were just to do this on the run and sort of guess as you go, you can't. And as you can see, you sort of really have some flexibility to get foods in that you want. It's all about chopping and changing and not being stuck to the same foods every day. All right? That's it, guys. Playing around with it. Load up your sample day, hitting your macros within 5 to 10 into the group.